Hello and welcome to 122 Narrows West Road on Salt Spring Island. I'm Julian Bruce with McDonald Realty and I'm co-listing this property with my colleague Heidi Kurt. Well, this is a beautiful 3-acre property with approximately 100 feet of oceanfront. There's a lot of desirable attributes here with great building sites and favorable zoning. And I'll start a full video tour. Well, we are right at the water's edge here, and this is the western boundary of the property. That's actually one of the property markers right there. That's lot 2 or 128 Narrows West on that side, and lot 1 or 122 Narrows West on this side. Was a blue heron. Well, this is the lot here. We are right at the water's edge on this corner here. There is a covenant at the front of the property here that limits construction and removal of native species. And then this other black line, this area represents a pre-geotechnically surveyed area, and it really covers the majority of the property where we are now. So I believe that this marker here and heading up towards that arbutus tree represents the back of the covenanted area, and that forward from here would be the covenanted area. So this gate here is really the other edge of the property. So there is a road allowance here for Collins Road. There's really, the beach is here and the road kind of ends, and there's just a trail through the forest that's road allowance, but not actually a road in reality. I'm not sure if a driveway could ever be developed through here. It certainly seems wide enough and would really change the dynamic of this property. You need to, of course, communicate with the Ministry of Transportation to determine if that's possible or what that would entail. But of course, this is an easement driveway that's shared between 128 and 122 Narrows West currently. It does kind of follow the back of the property. I think most folks would opt to build kind of lower down from that driveway anyway. But there are quite a few very nice building locations up this way as we get kind of further back into the lot. And just to show you where this boundary ends, we're just a little bit further, kind of in line with this group of fir trees right there, and in line with this little cluster of cedars, I guess there. is the property boundary between lots 1 and 2. There's a bit of a pretty rough trail right there that goes to the flat area, but one of the really nicer building sites is up through here. As you can see, there's really nice views on this little shelf here, and it's nicely kind of raised up from its surroundings below. So we're right at the property boundary on this side. There's a pin. Oh gosh, there it is. But as we go further up, the property really goes into the cliff more and more as it goes down quite steep from lot 1 down to Collins Road. Which again just reinforces the privacy, as while it seems close to Collins Road on the map, there's a big vertical difference between the lot and the road. This is quite the giant fir tree here. And some big cedars around us, and then of course this beautiful arbutus in the front. Well, there's a bunch of other flat shelves up here as well, and there's not, it's a gentle slope going up for a little ways. There's another 3 or 4 meters before it really starts going up. So this actually is a pretty big build site here. And this accesses the driveway down, kind of branches off at the well for lot 1, which is just up here. And this is even perhaps slightly larger flat shelf up here. Again, with very dramatic views. So a lot of options, perhaps a garage up here, and then a, upper level entry into a house with a lower level. Anyway, lots of different ways to to build on the lot, but using that kind of topography to your advantage could be a very nice way to do it. So the boundary between lot 1 and 2 is just, 3 or 4 meters into the forest there. Oops. And there's a really nice river that flows down on the side of Collins Road that's it's very very easy to hear for me. I'm not sure how much the microphone will pick it up. So this pin actually represents the covenant. I believe that's this corner right here is that pin right there. If I go a little bit more forward. You can see Collins Road there. And based on the aerial, the property boundary is just, a couple meters forward. So the property corner, somewhere right around here, that's, oops. Sorry, it's this corner right here, as the driveway goes from lot 2 back onto lot 1, and then goes through the road allowance back up to Narrows West Road. And here's the well for lot 1, 31491. It's a 5-gallon-a-minute well, and of course is fairly close to the building site options for lot 1. So this is of course where the driveway forks. Shared driveway coming down, of course. And as I showed on the map, that's the waterfront there. The driveway for 128 does this switch back here, hugs along the edge of 128, and right here, that's where we are right now. The driveway comes back into 122 and then follows this road allowance off of both properties all the way back to Narrows West. So there is actually some flat land up to about here, and then this last portion of the narrow section of the lot is just within the cliff of next to Collins Road. But yeah, really 3 kind of nice build sites on this lot. The first being just below where we are, so kind of right here. The second was that first flat area we got to, and then the third being right by the water, just respecting the covenant, but this area here would be plenty of flat area there. So you can see just on my left here, there's actually quite a stretch of flat section adjacent to the driveway. And you can see it carries on. I think there's an access to that section just up here. It's pretty steep here. To get vehicle access to down there would take quite a bit of building up with, shot rock to stabilize this and a lot of material here. Certainly doable though, to create additional parking or kind of a driveway loop that kind of comes up near the well and loops back around. Yeah. But then as we carry on up towards the road, it's much steeper from here on up. So the remaining section of the property, we're about here right now, that remaining section, while not suitable for building on, does actually get the property above, it's 2.99 acres technically, but that's within the threshold to allow for more favorable zoning. It's a rural R classification, and at this lot size, it allows for a house and a separate cottage. Also, the accessory building allowance for garage or workshop, that kind of thing, also goes up to just under 2,000 square feet. Some really big trees in here, as you can see this giant fir here. So we are actually well off the property at this point in the road allowance as we get up to the top of the driveway. Well, that covers it for 122 Narrows West Road. Please do reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.